Liz Cheney and the Washington establishment are absolutely freaking out today as reports are coming out that Trump is threatening televised military tribunals against them. It's true. The legacy media is flipping out not just over the prospect of an imminent return of Trump, but fierce political retribution against his enemies. We're going to see the latest on what's really going on with our panicked political class and why, in the end, they only have themselves to blame for their own demise. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you stay sane in these insane times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Also, you guys know I'm very passionate about the fact that we cannot rescue our nation if we don't first take care of ourselves. And health starts actually with our livers. Now, if you think about it, we throw everything at our livers. Cholesterol, alcohol, toxins, Tylenol, statins, cigarettes. That's why so many of us have a sluggish, fatty liver. It makes us gain weight, lose energy, you name it. But thanks to today's sponsor, there's a very real solution. Liver Health Formula is an all-natural supplement. It contains 12 clinically proven botanicals that help recharge and protect your liver. It's manufactured right here in the USA and approved by independent American doctors. And if you click on that link below right now, you could try Liver Health Formula and receive a free bottle of blood sugar formula when you order today. So don't wait, and don't let a fatty liver keep you sluggish and inactive. Gang, as you know, this is personal for me. I recently lost over 60 pounds, and I could say it was one of the best decisions I ever made. So now, hey, it's your turn. Click on that link below or go to getliverhelp.com/Turley and claim your free bonus gift today. That's getliverhelp.com/Turley. As the Trump campaign continues to soar as a result of a string of wins over the last several days, Trump himself is honing in on the message of once and for all draining the swamp, and that means, according to the legacy media, political retribution on his and America's treasonous enemies. Look at this headline from Drudge. Trump calls for Cheney Treason Tribunal. Now, I don't know what's going on there with Drudge, whoever's running that site. I don't think it's Matt Drudge anymore, as I understand it. I may be wrong, but whoever's running that site, Drudge, of course, notoriously went radically leftist, radically anti-Trump, pro-establishment shortly after Trump's victory back in 2016. I don't know who's behind it, but they seem to be radically pivoting back to their original pro-Trump stance. We'll see what happens here, but the headline reflects the fact that Trump is indeed ratcheting up his rhetoric on crushing his corrupt political opponents once he wins, which is more and more shaping up to be a landslide. We'll get to that in a mere moment. The polls are absolutely astonishing. You're going to love it. But the Democrats and the legacy media are freaking out because Trump apparently retruthed. That is, he reshared, he reposted this meme on Truth Social, calling for military tribunals against Liz Cheney. And he also reposted another meme that has pictures of 15 former and current officials such as Biden, Harris, Pence, Pelosi, McConnell. And it said in all capital letters, they're the ones that should be going to jail and not Steve Bannon. So Trump reposted that meme as well. And as a result of those two reposts, the far-left activist disguised as journalists over at the New York Times absolutely flipped out, claiming that Trump, in reposting those memes, was, in their words, amplifying calls to jail top elected officials, even invoking military tribunals. Now, of course, what seems so utterly bizarre here with the Times headline and the panic that's beginning to set in among Democrat and Rhino establishment figures is the total and complete self-unawareness that they're the ones who are jailing their political opponents. That was the entire point of the second meme. You obviously all know that yesterday Steve Bannon went to jail for doing precisely what Merrick Garland just did. He defied a congressional subpoena. Merrick Garland literally did the exact same thing that Bannon did. But in the case of Garland, it was defying a subpoena from a fully legit congressional oversight committee, whereas with Bannon, it was defying a subpoena from a sham, blatantly illegal kangaroo committee that all started with the verdict against Trump and his cohorts already in mind before the first hitting of the gavel, as it were. This is the irony that leftists seem totally incapable of getting. They are the ones who are setting up the kangaroo committees. They are the ones who are arresting and jailing their political opponents. And don't forget Peter Navarro and all this as well. So all of this is to say that were Trump to go ahead with this, were Trump to follow through on his threats of political retribution, the irony is that the Democrats would only have themselves to blame for it, the establishment as a whole. This is what our political forefathers always understood. This is what every single previous political generation in this nation always recognized. Democrats and Republicans have always had a significant animus against one another, no question. There's always been political hostility, but you always stop short of indicting your political opponents. You don't go there. Every one of our political forefathers understood that. The political animosity between the two parties can only go so far. The moment you begin indicting your political opponents, you have unleashed the political equivalent of World War III. You've guaranteed mutually assured destruction. Because there's no way the opposing political party is going to sit around and not do the same to you. This is the Rubicon that the Democrats crossed when they started indicting Trump. And it does look as if Trump is going to exercise at least some form of political retribution against the Democrats once he's elected. And that is looking more and more likely by the day. But before we look at the polls, gang, remember I got a huge announcement coming. Many of you know I was away at a meeting in Utah a few weeks back. And let's just say my team and I are working on something absolutely amazing. This will be one of the biggest positive changes to Turley Talks that will benefit you, my fellow courageous and loyal patriots, for years to come. Stay tuned for a big announcement tomorrow night. We're going to have a live stream to kick it all off, so make sure to tune in. You're going to absolutely love it. All right, let's check out some of the latest polls that are coming out. The post-debate polls, or better, the post-devastation polls. Now, yeah, technically, in fairness, some of these polls that are coming out now were actually taken before the debate. Many of them are showing a Trump surge that ironically was happening before the Biden meltdown, such as this one. This is the latest from Deep Blue, New Mexico. Look at this. Trump is within 2 of Biden in a state that hasn't voted for a Republican in decades. Trump is within the margin of error in New Mexico. Here was the shocker from New England that I showed you last night in our live stream. Take a look at this. This is the latest Anselm poll. Trump is now beating Biden in freaking New Hampshire, 44-42. That coincides with some polling that we're getting out of Maine that shows Trump either winning by a point or two or within the margin of error with Biden, again, in a state that has not voted Republican in decades. And, of course, that's all par for the course in state after state. Trump is now crushing it in Pennsylvania, where he has a 4-point lead. He's leading in all the swing states. He's tied in Virginia. He's tied in Minnesota. He's nipping at Biden's heels in New York, in New Jersey, in Washington, and Oregon. And now the national polls are coming out. And they're all showing the same thing. The latest to drop was the USA Today Suffolk poll that just came out this morning. It has Trump beating Biden nationally by 4, 41-38. And, of course, this just corroborates all the other national polling that's showing Trump just running away with it here. The latest Harvard-Harris poll that just dropped last night. It has Trump up by 6. That's head-to-head. When you factor in all 5 candidates, it's Trump up by 8. And the latest post-debate New York Times poll, pre-debate, they had Biden up by 2, 43-41. Now, after the debate, it's Trump up by 7, 45-38, a 9-point swing to Trump. And finally, the latest national poll from Atlas Intel. Atlas Intel is very good, very, very accurate polling. According to Atlas Intel, right now, national average, it's Trump now up by over 5, 45.5 to 40.3. So all this is to say, I think we all know why the left is absolutely freaking out today. The return of Trump, especially after last Thursday night, appears inevitable. And with it, a comparably inevitable coming political retribution. Here's your opportunity to tell big tech tyrants where they can stick it. Click on that link below and download our brand new cancel-proof Turley Talks app, and you can sign our special declaration of restoration. That's our petition to big tech that declares a new day is dawned. They are no longer in control, and we are taking our nation back. We've already got over 1,000 signatures of courageous patriots, and yours is next. Click on that link below or go to fight.turleytalks.com right now.